our community.
Welcome back, everyone. We are so delighted that you have chosen to spend some time with us on this sultry Sunday here in Baton Rouge with two-time College World Series champion pitcher and president of the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, Ronnie Rance. I'm Lynn Rollins. Don't forget that Hall of Fame induction ceremony, a 3-day affair, will be the last weekend in June of this year in Natchitoches, Louisiana.
Yeah, we've got, I think, like 6 LSU ties going into that Hall of Fame this year. Go to lasportshall.com. Susan Jackson, the gymnast, Brittany Sneed Newman, one of the great softball pitchers, and many, many others. So Newman, one of the great softball pitchers, and many, many others. So go check it out. All the info at lasportshall.com.
What about Kyle Williams? McCants and Leatherwood and Chatinier. Paul Gervais replaced Raiselman, who replaced Hasty, who replaced the starter Dutton. Cruz waits for this one to come out of the heavens, and he's got it. Gervais came on in the 6th, and he had to work out of a bases-loaded jam. The Tigers turned a double play behind him for outs number 2 and 3. Leatherwood has homered. That came in his first at-bat. Since then, he has struck out and walked and scored on the 2-run home run by Chatinier. Ole Miss has hit 3 home runs today, 8 in the series. Elko has 2 home runs in this series for the Rebels, and then every one of the remaining home runs has come from a different player.
Or Gervais, you know, with that 6'10" frame, that he comes at you with different arm angles, release points, and he's got tremendous run kind of away from left-handed hitters. And I'm telling you, the more he pitches, the older he gets, he's going to learn how to really manipulate the control on those different release points.
He came back inside on the lefty with that pitch.
Even though it's only 90 on the gun at the moment, it's stiffer than that for the hitter, because by the time he releases it, he's so much closer to the plate.
And it's that movement you talked about even more than the velocity. Now he took something off that and gets Leatherwood on strikes.
The slider, this is one of his best pitches he's thrown. That slider's under the bat, starts off kind of at thigh high and then ends up right above the dirt. Well done.
That ball was darting like a shad in shallow water. He throws another one for a strike. Chatinier had a home run in his last at bat. He went down and got a pitch that was around the knees.
Yeah, a little 96-mile-an-hour Raiselman fastball down in the zone. He hit it right on the screws.
Chatinier has had a good day. He also doubled and scored in the 2nd inning. And he reached on a pass ball strikeout in the 4th and was stranded at 3rd. So 2 runs scored and a home run and 2 driven in for Chatinier, the second baseman. 1-2 pitch. That's steered outside. Only once today has LSU pitching retired the Rebels in order. That came in the 3rd inning. This would be the 2nd time if Gervais retires Chatinier. That sounds like a Louisiana origin name, but he's from Cypress, Texas. A called 3rd strike. Gervais rips the outside edge, 3 up and 3 down, including the last 2 by strikeout. And we move forward with LSU trailing 7-4, coming to the plate in the bottom of the 7th.
Why don't you do cool spins?
The people need to read it.
I can't read it.
It's because you're like 4.
4.5.
Switch to Progressive and you can save hundreds. You know, like the sign says.
Every business, big or small, coast to coast, needs internet that can keep up with its demands. Verizon has fast, reliable business internet solutions nationwide. Meet Izzy, whose fast wireless internet is the perfect match for her LA design studio.
Oh, it's fast.
In Richmond, this food hall has a reliable connection their vendors can count on, like Ray. Love your ramen.
Thank you.
And in Nashville, Nate and Nora's pop-up flower shop got up and running quickly with flexible internet. And they all saved big by bundling with business unlimited phone plans. Find the perfect solution for your business with fast, reliable internet nationwide.
The Rebels on 8 hits lead LSU 7-4. The Tigers have 7 base hits. John Gaddis came on and got Collier Cranford on 1 pitch with the bases loaded. In the 6th inning, he'll face the top of the Tiger order. Here in the 7th, it's Pearson, it's Cruz, it's Doty.
Yeah, big spot for LSU. Pearson, who's been red hot. Obviously, Cruz has been hot all year, and Doty. So LSU's going to get back in this game. This is their best part of the lineup.
Pearson lobs one to shallow center field. 3 defenders are converging on it. The second baseman, Chatinier, makes a fine stretching catch in traffic, and he had to hear the footsteps of the shortstop and the center fielder.
Yeah, I kept looking at McCants in center field, kind of expecting that he'd be the one to come on and get it. Then my eyes also took me to Gonzalez, and at the last minute, Chatinier said, I'll take it.
And he does with that backhanded stretch. A nice play by the second baseman who covered a lot of ground to get to it. And here's Cruz. If I'm not mistaken, Ronnie, Cruz, with that home run early in Game 1, has given LSU its only lead in this series.
Cruz now has 17 big flies on the year.
He hits it to the backhand side of Bench, who comes up throwing. Out on a close play. Well done by Bench. So 2 nice plays on the infield have provided a couple of quick outs to Gaddis and the Rebels.
Well done by Bench. That's the furthest throw on the diamond of any infielder. Backhand, your back's to the first baseman. You got to gather yourself and throw a long way right on the money. And he did.
So 2 quick outs, and here's Doty. He's 0 for 2. He lined out to left field last time. Doty had a sacrifice bunt in the first and grounded out to shortstop in the 3rd. One ball, 1 strike. Derek Diamond went 4 innings plus an out. Jack Washburn went an inning and a third in relief, and now John Gaddis, who has pitched to 3 batters and retired them all. Doty sends one to center field. McCants has room as he continues to backpedal, and he makes the play.
Gaddis made that look easy. 1, 2, 3 against the 3 toughest hitters in this lineup.
Indeed he did, and we move to the 8th. Ole Miss 7, LSU 4 on the SEC ESPN network.
Come on. They know I got it. I think they know about it. No other way around it. Check out the way we rock it. I got it. You got it. We got it. Come on. Yeah. They know I got it. Yeah. I think they know about it. Rock it. I got it.
The first ever Corolla Cross. Toyota. Let's go places. Corolla Cross. Toyota. Let's go places.
I love the sauce, don't you? So it's not just ranch. I love the sauce, don't you? So it's not just ranch. It's got a little zing to it.
Yeah, like a dilly ranch. Don't dilly-dally with this. Get to Sonic.
Don't dilly-dally, run.
Sonic, big dill cheeseburger.
This is kind of a big deal.
You're a big deal.
When safe drivers save up to 30% on their auto insurance for not answering their phone while driving, they feel like a pretty big deal.
Steve, did you get the ice?
Even if they forgot the ice. Save up to 30% on auto insurance with USAA Safe Pilot. Get a quote today.
Welcome back, everyone. Sunshine abounds on this mid-May day here in Baton Rouge. And the Ole Miss Rebels have never trailed in this game. They had a 3-0 lead after a couple of innings. The Tigers came back with 2 in the 3rd. They tied it in the 4th, but since then, based on the strength of a 4-run 5th inning, Ole Miss has had the lead at 7-4 right now, and Gervais is back on the mound for the Tigers. He's got Dunhurst at the bottom of the order, and then Bench and Gonzalez. Dunhurst is 0 for 2 with an RBI. There was no swing. Dutton, Hasty, Raiselman, and Gervais have pitched for the Tigers. LSU will play on Tuesday against Northwestern State out of the Southland Conference, and then go to Nashville for the final SEC weekend. Let's see how far this goes. It is off the wall. It stays in the field of play. And a double by Dunhurst, his first base hit of the day, and he came inches from homering.
Well, did that ball hit off the top of the yellow line, or did the ball hit off the top of the cage in right field and bounce back?
I thought it hit off the top of the wall and bounce back, but they're going to take a look at it.
Off the bat, I thought it was a homer. Now, here you see way out there in right field. Yep, it did. It hit off of the yellow padding just perfectly so that it bounced back into the field of play, and that was a break for the Tigers. I mean, that ball is literally 6 inches from a homer.
I think that replay will verify the call on the field, and the umpires did the right thing. Let it play out, and then go back and look at it if you think it's necessary.
Look to the right here where the Team TAF sign is. Oh, just hits right off of that yellow line. The ball has to clear the yellow line. Ole Miss picks up their 9th hit of the game with extra base hits they've had.
Well, let me add them up. Bench has 2 doubles. You helping me with the math here?
I got it. My finger's ready.
Okay, Alderman has homered. Leatherwood has homered. Chatinier has homered and doubled, and this is at least a double.
So that's 7 of the 9 hits have been extra base hits.
By the way, when the Tigers go to Vanderbilt, it's a 7 o'clock start on Friday. That's on ESPN2. A 6 o'clock, Thursday, I should say. The series starts on Thursday. And then on Friday, it's a 6 o'clock start on the SEC Network Plus. And then the Saturday concluding game in the series is at 1 o'clock on the SEC Network. So the call is confirmed. A leadoff double by Dunhurst. And Justin Bench, who has 2 doubles, is at the plate. Seven to 4 Rebels. Ole Miss has never trailed in this game and has out-hit LSU 9-7 with 7 extra base hits. A liner to left field. Stevenson was playing the batter perfectly. Bench hit it well, but right at Stevenson. This brings on the shortstop, Jacob Gonzalez. He needs a hit to extend his streak to 6. He also needs to get on base to make it 15 in a row. LSU's got a left-right combination working in the bullpen, trying to stay within 3.
They'll automatically put him on to set up the double play. Gervais now at 35 pitches. He's worked 2 1/3 innings. Tigers do have double barrel action. Cooper and Collins, the righty.
Not often is the hitter in front of Elko walked to get to Elko, but this is the percentage play.
And, you know, Elko's a guy who potentially could hit into a ground ball double play. On the year, though, he's done it, let's see, 5 times. That's tied for the team lead with 2 others. Bench and Gonzalez have also hit the 5 double plays. So Jay Johnson, very much an analytics coach, is rolling the dice here.
LSU trails by 3. The Tigers have 6 outs remaining with which to work. And so by setting up the double play, Tigers already down by 3 in the late innings. I think this is certainly the percentage move. We'll see if it works out. Elko has an RBI ground out. He's 1 for 3. He also has walked. He scored a run. Steve Wright. Elko has homered twice in the series. A very strong right-handed batter. Home runs on the year for Elko. And with an RBI today, he's got 60. In this, his 50th game. Two and 1. Trey Morgan is chasing it, but it's well out of his reach on the right side. Ronnie, those fans who have endured the sunshine the entire day, hats off to them. Well, maybe should be hats on to them.
A lot of the fans have made their way into the shaded part of the stadium and under the concourse as well, because it's been blistering out there.
Two balls, two strikes. This is the make it happen pitch. Popped up. It will carry to the outfield. Cruz is calling for it. And there's the second out. So one of the most dangerous Ole Miss batters flies out to shallow center field. And it brings on Kevin Graham, who is make it 1 for 3 with a walk. His base hit came in the first. And Jay Johnson will stroll again. He's got two relievers ready.
It's going to be,
and they're going to go with the left-hander. So LSU will make a call to the bullpen. It's the 4th time today that the bullpen has been called upon. Riley Cooper will come out of the bullpen for the Tigers. We will take a timeout and be back with Ole Miss leading 7-4 in Baton Rouge.
My name is Gary.
Pastel.
Josie. I have MS.
I have MS.
MS is what we have.
I take Ocrevus.
An infusion treatment that's 2 times a year.
For adults with relapsing or primary progressive forms of multiple sclerosis, Ocrevus is proven effective in reducing relapses in RMS and slowing disability progression in RMS and PPMS.
Don't take Ocrevus if you've had a life-threatening allergic reaction to it or have hepatitis B. Tell your doctor about vaccinations or if you've had Hep B, as it could come back. A common side effect of Ocrevus is infusion reactions, and some may require hospitalization. It can increase your risk of infections, which can be serious and may decrease certain types of immunoglobulins. While PML was not reported in clinical trials, it could happen. An increased risk of cancer, including breast cancer, may exist.
MS is what we have, not who we are.
Not who we are.
Not who we are. Ask if Ocrevus is right for you and join our community.
Riley Cooper is making his second appearance against Ole Miss in this series. He has pitched an inning and 2/3 against Ole Miss this weekend. He gave up a home run to Dunhurst. But Cooper has been one of the busiest pitchers for the Tigers out of the bullpen. He's won 4 and lost 2, an ERA of just over 3. 29 innings, 31 hits allowed, 23 strikeouts, but only 4 walks. Riley Cooper has thrown a lot of strikes.
He has the 26 appearances, the most on the team, so he has been very active in nothing bigger than right here, where he has got to come in and do a job and get a big out, because that Tigers are already down 3. They cannot afford any more runs to cross the board with only 6 outs to play.
Cooper essentially has pitched in half of the games this year for the Tigers.
Yep.
Graham has done a really nice job this year with runners in scoring position. He's second on the team with a .387 batting average. He swings on the first pitch, lines it out to left field. Stevenson hustling over, but he can't get it, and Ole Miss adds to its lead. Well, a first pitch swing by Graham, and he drives it into left field. Stevenson was doing all he could to get there, but it dropped out of his reach. And here come the Rebels again with 1 in the 8th.
All right, Graham is a good hitter. You see his balance. He's spread out. He can hit the ball hard in any direction, and got an elevated pitch up in the zone. For the second time today, picks up a base hit.
So the run is charged to Gervais. Ole Miss has doubled up LSU 8-4. That was the 10th base hit of the day. The second by Graham. Alderman has lined out bounced out, homered, and grounded into a double play. Out of Decatur, Mississippi is Kemp Alderman. Cooper misses low. A base hit by Dunhurst at the bottom of the order. Bench lined out to left. Gonzalez was intentionally passed. Elko was induced into a shallow fly ball to center that was caught for the second out. But Cooper has come out of the bullpen, and on the first pitch, Kevin Graham lines it to left for an RBI single. 3-0 now on Alderman. Again, Cooper has only walked 4 batters the entire year. TJ McCants is on deck. Ole Miss is getting closer to doing something it has never done in baseball. And that is sweep the LSU Tigers in Baton Rouge.
That's really amazing.
It really is.
I mean, LSU didn't really become LSU in baseball to when Skip Bertman came in 1984. So think about all the years prior to that. Ole Miss had never swept in Baton Rouge. My goodness.
This series started in 1906, by the way, so that's well over 100 years we're talking about.
Right. And, you know, going into this last couple of weeks, there's been a lot of chatter, a lot of frustration in Oxford, you know, about the record and the disappointment of this season. And all they've done is get red hot at the right time. And I can tell you, as someone who kind of knows a little bit behind the scenes, that what a good job this Ole Miss coaching staff does on and off the field, and the system that they have in place. Those that may be wishing for a change, be careful what you wish for, because it's easy to say, hey, make a change, get rid of somebody. That's more important on who you're going to get. You know, who can you get that's better than what you have? And what Ole Miss has become in the last 22 years is model of consistency and one of the best programs in all of the league.
McCants takes a strike as Cooper nibbles and finds the outside edge. McCants is 0 for 4. The bases are loaded. 2 outs. A double by Dunhurst, a line out, an intentional walk, a fly ball to center, an RBI single by Graham, and a walk to Alderman. And the bases are loaded with 1 in, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cooper trying to get McCants and get his team back to the dugout with a 4-run deficit.
See what Cooper stays with. That slider down and away has been his best pitch to lefties this year.
Cooper will field it and make the underhanded toss over to Trey Morgan. Ole Miss adds a run in the 8th, but leaves the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Ole Miss 8, LSU 4.
The thin, sweet bite to end the night. Oreo Thins.
treating your chronic migraine. 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more. You're not the only one with questions about Botox. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine before they even start, with about 10 minutes of treatment once every 3 months. So ask your doctor if Botox is right for you, and if a sample is available.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 92% of current users said they wish they talked to their doctor and started Botox sooner. Plus, right now, you may pay $0 for Botox. Ask your doctor about Botox today.
Welcome back, everyone. We put up some very interesting numbers to put postseason play in perspective. This is the number of teams in the SEC since 1999 that have gone on to the regionals or beyond 16 times, or I should say 128 teams have won 16 or more games since 1999 in the league, and every one of those has gone on to NCAA play. So take that top number and then go back to, let's say, 14 wins where LSU is right now, and we'll show you those numbers again. And we'll also put it in perspective for you for Ole Miss. LSU with 14 wins. That's happened 24 times among SEC teams. 15 of those 24 have gone on to reach the NCAA tournament. That's a 63% percentage. And Ronnie, I would think that the numbers in recent years with the added strength of the SEC have even become more friendly, let's say.
I think at this point, if you get 14 wins in SEC league play, you're about a 95% chance to go into the tournament.
Morgan lines it right at the second baseman. Trey is 1 for 4 today with a home run. So we'll try to put that back up again and show you where Ole Miss is. And historically, the percentage, the chances of reaching the NCAA tournament.
At the moment, you know, Ole Miss has 12 wins. Obviously, they're ahead in this ball game by 4 with 5 outs to go.
But only 18% of the teams with 12 wins since 1999 have gone on. 3 conference games are left, of course.
So coming into this weekend, you had 2 teams playing, in essence, for different things. You had LSU playing to try to pick up wins to guarantee a host site. And you had Ole Miss trying to pick up wins to make sure they get into the NCAA tournament. Well, obviously, Ole Miss has accomplished their goal. LSU, on the other hand, is facing 14 wins. If they don't come back today, they've only got 3 games left. And in theory, Lynn, they've got to win them all at Vanderbilt.
This will help LSU. A long fly ball to left field. It winds up on the back row of the bleachers. It's a home run for Tyler McManus. You can pucker up and kiss that baby goodbye. Tyler McManus, who has really found his offensive stroke the last 3 weeks or so, smashes his 8th home run of the year. And you could hang laundry on that home run. That's his first base hit of the game.
McManus, belt-tie fastball, just kind of buggy whipped it over into the left center field wall and get over the left center field wall. And he had that tremendous fall, terribly slow start, and man, as he heated up like the temperature. He has become everything offensively they thought they were getting when he transferred from Samford after last season.
That is home run number 3 in this game for LSU. Pearson, Morgan, and McManus have all homered. Here's Bianco coming up as a pinch hitter for Stevenson.
That's now 6 home runs for Tyler McManus since April 22nd.
That's smacking it. Let's go back and look at the home run a few seasons ago against the Rebels, against his dad. Drew Bianco smashes one way out of the ballpark. And Mike is kind of looking on with a wry grin. A little bittersweet there, I guess.
Well, they won the series, so it wasn't that bittersweet. There was a kind of a cool dad moment, I'm sure, for Mike Bianco, and here we are once again. Now, we don't know if Drew Bianco's going to be back as a Tiger or not, or what the future brings. He does have another year of eligibility, although they had senior day today, and he, was a graduate and got honored with the other seniors.
You could see some of the paperwork there that's hanging on the wall in the dugout for Ole Miss.
Well, Bianco swung and missed at a couple of hittable pitches, a 1-0 fastball, a 2-1 fastball. He swung right through it.
Now the 2-2 pitch from the lefty. That's steered high and away. 3 balls, 2 strikes. LSU needs a base runner. Remember, Morgan lined one as the preceding hitter to the home run right into the second baseman's glove, and Bianco does become a base runner. Ronnie, you've said it for many years, and you're absolutely correct. When you're down by 3, 4, 5 runs, it's rare to generate enough base hits to get yourself back in the ball game. But when there's an error, a mistake or two, a walk or two, then that base hit all of a sudden accounts for 2, maybe 3 runs.
That's right. That turns out to be a really good at bat for Bianco, because he wanted nothing more than to swing. He wanted to hit a double, a homer, something big, but he showed the patience enough to be a team player first, and that extends the inning and gives LSU a chance.
So this will be Gilbert now, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. Gaddis misses wide. LSU needs 1 more base runner to bring the tying run to the plate. Gilbert's average has slipped to 248. 12 homers, most of those coming in the first 5 or 6 weeks of the season. The pitch, high and inside. There's a right-hander starting to warm up for the Rebels. That's Brandon Johnson. He's the Ole Miss closer. One out, a run in on a Tyler McManus home run to the final row of bleachers in the left center field area. And then the walk to Bianco. Gilbert has grounded out twice to the right side and walked. 3-1. Gaddis is close to walking the tying run to the plate.
Well, you don't necessarily want to give Gilbert a take if you're Jay Johnson, but you sure hope he puts it on a tee here.
Gilbert is swinging. Lifts it in foul ground right side, and it is out of play. And that was a strike. Derek Diamond went 4+ innings. Jack Washburn went an inning and a third. John Gaddis came on in the 6th with 2 outs and retired the batter he faced. He had a 1-2-3 7th. But a bit of difficulty for Gaddis here in the 8th. Here we go, the 3-2 pitch. A called 3rd strike.
Let's see. Fastball. Ooh, man, that is a tough pitch. According to that image, it seemed to be outside, off the plate. Definitely nothing Gilbert could do.
Well, give Gaddis some credit for throwing it where he got the benefit of the doubt.
Yep.
And Gilbert could not pull the trigger. Johnson is going to come out of the bullpen right now, so Ole Miss goes to the closer. And we will step aside. The Tigers are trying to rally in the bottom of the 8th inning. Right now, it's Ole Miss 8, LSU 5.
My asthma felt anything but normal. It was time for a new normal with Nucala.
Nucala reduces asthma attacks. It's a once-monthly add-on treatment for severe eosinophilic asthma, not for sudden breathing problems. Allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for swelling of face, mouth, tongue, or trouble breathing. Infections that can cause shingles have occurred. Don't stop steroids unless told by your doctor. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection. May cause headache, injection site reactions, back pain, and fatigue.
Ask your asthma specialist about a new normal with Nucala.
Crispy, crunchy, sweet with bunches. Honey Bunches of Oats brings a bunch to your morning, so you can bring a bunch to your day. So go on, make a bunch happen.
Brandon Johnson, the senior out of Cottondale, Alabama, makes his first appearance for the Ole Miss Rebels, and they've got the closer in the game right now.
Take a look at Brandon Johnson's numbers. The ERA right at 4, does have a win. There's the 33 innings pitched, 53 punch-outs. That's a tremendous number. Opponents are only got 23 hits off him, so he has been very good through 19 appearances this year.
Boy, you wonder how that ERA
8 saves, by the way.
You wonder how that ERA is 4+,
yeah,
with nearly 2 strikeouts an inning, only 17 walks.
And opponents only batting 187 against
Yeah,
him.
you wonder how he has lost that many times.
Well, they've got their guy in there.
Johnson ready to do his thing in his first appearance of the series.
Out of Cottondale, Alabama, went to Columbia State Community College.
Cottondale is not far from Tuscaloosa, just south of Tuscaloosa. Johnson has saved 2 of the last 3 Ole Miss games in which he's appeared. So here we go. Jordan Thompson at the plate. LSU still needs base runners to bring the tying run to the plate, and that one is way up and in. Gaddis gets credit for a couple of innings total over 3 different frames.
I always like to look at SEC games only, the stats there. And Brandon Johnson in the SEC has a win, 3 saves, 23 and a third innings pitched. He struck out 36 in those 23 and a third, and opponents are batting only 174 against him.
But he has missed 3 times to Jordan Thompson. Collier Cranford is on deck. Four straight misses for Brandon Johnson.
Now that's a big miss. And how about this? Giovanni DiGiacomo is going to get an at-bat here. It's been a minute for him.
So Cranford, who was 1 for 3 with a triple off the glove of Kevin Graham.
Giovanni DiGiacomo, Lynn, has not had a base hit since March 27th at Florida.
Are you talking 6 weeks?
Yes, sir.
Let's see if he can find one here. He takes a strike. DiGiacomo hitting 209. He's driven in 13. Or I should say he's driven in, well, we'll check his numbers. Yes, he's driven in 13.
He's 0 for his last 17.
Let's see if he can break out of the slump right here. He represents the tying run with 2 outs. A swing and a miss. This is DiGiacomo's second at bat in the series. He's 0 for 1.
And last pitch was 95 to DiGiacomo.
If DiGiacomo extends the inning, the Tigers will have their leadoff batter coming to the plate. The pitch, swing and a miss, and that is all for LSU here in the 8th. The Tigers leave a couple of base runners aboard after the home run by Tyler McManus. It was his first hit of the day and his 8th home run of the season. We move to the 9th. It's 8-5 Ole Miss.
It's a good thing you bundled your home, auto, and RV insurance with Progressive. You save money and you get round-the-clock protection.
So don't worry, it's all under control. That's cool, we'll finish up here.
Bye.
That's why you go to the restroom before the movie starts.
Get epic protection for your Dominion with Progressive.
Crispy, crunchy, sweet with bunches. Honey Bunches of Oats brings a bunch to your morning, so you can bring a bunch to your day. So go on, make a bunch happen.
Hey, it's me, your skin. I crave being clear without irritation. CeraVe Acne Cleanser. Benzoyl peroxide treats my acne, while 3 essential ceramides in CeraVe help restore my natural barrier so we can treat and heal.
CeraVe Acne Foam and Cleanser.
If you don't repaint every now and then, it's like the old you is still hanging around.
I'm listening to music. You are a Libra and he is a Pisces. That is like a cosmic dungeon. You know, can you cosmically no? That's why I only date musicians. What are you guys eating? It's lasagna. I love lasagna. That's you guys.
So today, let's paint with Behr, America's most trusted paint brand, and make your home yours. Behr, exclusively at the Home Depot.
The 9th inning is straight ahead on a sun-washed day in Baton Rouge. Ole Miss 8 runs, 10 hits, no errors. LSU 5 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. Drew Bianco has moved into the game at third base, and the Tigers also make a defensive change in left field with Giovanni DiGiacomo out in left. There's Bianco, and there's DiGiacomo. You know, in his career, Drew Bianco at LSU has played every position except pitcher.
And I know he jokingly lobbied to the media about a week or so ago about hopefully getting a chance to get in there to pitch to a batter or something. And, you know, maybe if LSU had won this series, they could take on Northwestern State on Tuesday, and it'd be a nice moment for Drew Bianco to face a batter. I don't think that's going to happen. I think LSU's going to come out a little irritated against the Demons on Tuesday, trying to get things back right before the weekend against Vanderbilt.
Riley Cooper takes care of Leatherwood, looking.
Just a pitch up in the zone here, a little fastball. Catches that outside edge.
That's a well-placed pitch. It's been feast or famine for Leatherwood today. He has homered and walked and scored, but he's also struck out 3 times. A liner scoots into left field off the bat of Chatagnier. He's 3 for 5. He has doubled, he has homered, he has singled, and struck out twice.
Don't think he's going to get a chance at the triple, but he's had quite the day. That was a 90-mile-an-hour first pitch swinging sizzler to left field.
It brings on the receiver, Hayden Dunhurst. Last time up, he doubled and scored. Dunhurst had a home run off Cooper yesterday. As we take a look at the swing, Looked like a breaking pitch down around the knees, and Dunhurst was able to golf it into the stands. One ball, one strike, one out, one on. We play in the ninth. Ole Miss looking for its third win in this series. Ronnie, there is a lunar eclipse tonight, but Ole Miss has pulled the shade down on LSU early. And also, I neglected to tell you earlier today that this is National Chocolate Chip Day.
Ooh.
I know you would be interested in that.
Oh, I need to celebrate that. Make sure I get a couple of those with some milk before night tonight.
The 1-2 pitch instead goes to first base.
You know, everybody has their favorite chocolate chips and all that. And there's a million bakeries and stores, and Great American Cookie Company is always a fantastic option for cake. But if you're just going to go down the aisle at the grocery store, you just can't beat a Chips Ahoy. It's just a solid option. It's like the double stuff Oreo. Those are the two best.
Eight runs, 11 hits for Ole Miss. 5 runs, 8 hits for LSU. The 2-2 pitch coming to Dunhurst. That's a lot of throws over to first. We will check SEC scores for a final time in just a moment. With play having resumed after a rain delay in the third game of the Vanderbilt-Arkansas series, Vanderbilt has taken a 1-0 lead. Arkansas is batting in the third inning in Fayetteville. Both of those teams have won a game in that series. Right now, Arkansas has a 1-game lead in the loss column over Texas A&M. So the winner of the Vanderbilt-Arkansas game, which has resumed in Fayetteville, will win the series 2-1. Texas A&M, which is rolling right now, swept Mississippi State 8-2 the final today. Florida and Missouri each have won a game in that series. They're in the third game in the 9th inning. It's in Missouri, and Florida leads 4-3. Missouri batting in the 9th. South Carolina defeated, or actually lost to Kentucky today 7-1, and that gives Kentucky 1 win in the series. The Gamecocks win the series 2-1. Alabama and Auburn at a late start today. It's in the bottom of the 5th inning. Auburn has beaten Alabama twice in the series, but Alabama leads 1-0 in the 5th inning. And you are up to date in the SEC. This has been a long at-bat.
8th pitch of the at-bat coming up.
And about that many have gone to first base.
I think LSU goes with the wear them out of idea. You know, if we make the runner dive back to the bag enough, he'll just get tired and not steal.
Ground ball right side. Doty to second, the relay to first. Double play, nicely done. Doty, Thompson, and Morgan turn it over.
This is something that LSU doesn't do very often, and that's turn a double play. Doty with a backhanded flip. Thompson clears the bag and fires the strike to Morgan. And one more chance for the Tigers. They trail by 3. Final at bat coming up.
I'm Alfonso, and there's more to me than HIV. There's my career, my cause, my choir. I'm a work in progress. So much goes into who I am. HIV medicine is one part of it.
Dovato is for some adults who are starting HIV-1 treatment or replacing their current HIV-1 regimen. With just 2 medicines in 1 pill, Dovato is as effective as a 3-drug regimen to help you reach and stay undetectable. Research shows people who take HIV treatment as prescribed and get to and stay undetectable can no longer transmit HIV through sex. Don't take Dovato if you're allergic to its ingredients or if you take dofetilide. Taking Dovato with dofetilide can cause serious or life-threatening side effects. Hepatitis B can become harder to treat while on Dovato. Don't stop Dovato without talking to your doctor, as your hepatitis B may worsen or become life-threatening. Serious or life-threatening side effects can occur, including allergic reactions, lactic acid buildup, and liver problems. If you have a rash and other symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop Dovato and get medical help right away. Tell your doctor if you have kidney or liver problems, or if you are, may be, or plan to be pregnant. Dovato may harm your unborn baby. Use effective birth control while on Dovato. Do not breastfeed while taking Dovato. Most common side effects are headache, nausea, diarrhea, trouble sleep, and anxiety.
So HIV with Dovato is right for you. HIV with Dovato is right for you.
The Ole Miss Rebels are on the cusp of doing something. The Ole Miss Rebels are on the cusp of doing something they have never done in their long history of baseball against the LSU Tigers, which dates back to 1906. If they get the Tigers here in the 9th, Ole Miss, for the first time in history, will have swept the LSU Tigers in Baton Rouge.
Well, it's going to take an epic comeback by LSU, and it starts with their leadoff batter who's already homered today.
Josh Pearson will face the closer, Brandon Johnson. Johnson came on and faced 2 batters in the 8th. He walked the first one, he struck out the second one. Here's Pearson's home run in the 3rd inning. A whammer.
89-mile-an-hour fastball in on his hands, and he had the ability to just kind of pull his hands through, open those hips, and get the barrel to the baseball.
Since then, he has doubled in a run and also lined out in the 7th. Actually, it was not a line drive, it was a pop-up and handled by the second baseman after a long run. Let's see if anybody can get this. No, an overrun by Justin Bench, the 3rd baseman.
Yeah, the best chance at that ball would have been Gonzalez, the shortstop, but he was shaded more towards second base, and so he had a long run and couldn't get there.
So Pearson's at bat is extended. LSU needs at least 2 base runners to bring the tying run to the plate. Tigers scored 2 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and 1 in the 8th, but it's not enough. The Rebels got 1 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, 4 in the 5th, and 1 in the 8th. One more home game for LSU during the regular season, and that's Tuesday against Northwestern State out of the Southland Conference. And a changeup gets Josh Pearson.
Well, when you throw 95, and hitters know that, they got to get geared up for it, and then that one just is a beauty. Pulled the string, looked just like the fastball, except 9 miles an hour slower.
LSU has struck out 33 times in this series. Here's Dylan Cruz, who had a single in the 1st. Since then, he has fanned looking He has flied to right and grounded out, and there's another changeup.
First pitch changeup for strikes. That's not fair. Down 3, Cruz geared up for that heater. Nope. Even with nobody on, not going to get a good pitch.
Brandon Johnson misses outside with heat at 95. He is the Ole Miss closer, making his first appearance in this series. Cruz had to step out of the way. This would be save number 9 this season for Brandon Johnson. Cruz comes out of his socks with that swing but can't get it.
96. Johnson just challenged him. 2 balls and 1 strike, went right at him and won the battle.
And why not with a 3-run lead, 1 out and nobody on base?
Yep. Brandon Johnson, 6 foot, 195 pounder, 4-year letter winner in high school in basketball, baseball, and football. Team captain as well in all 3 over in Cottondale, Alabama.
Here's the 3-2 pitch. LSU needs a base runner and then another one. And it gets the first one. So a 3-2 pitch is not close to the zone. And Dylan Cruz keeps LSU's hopes alive. And Cade Doty coming to the plate. Trey Morgan is on deck. Brandon Johnson will have to wade through the best that LSU has to offer here in the 9th. 10 homers for Doty, 44 driven in. His average has fallen below 300 to 292. Cade is 0 for 3 today.
Doty has to find a way. Only swing at strikes.
That's a breaking pitch. It's a strike.
I think we've talked about it before. It's incredible how the breaking ball zone has definitely expanded this year across the league. We're seeing more by the rule book strike than what we've ever seen before in the breaking ball.
The 0-1. There's a diver which hit the dirt. Cruz will be very careful at first base. LSU needs another base runner to bring the tying run to the plate. Morgan is on deck, and he has homered in this game. So has McManus, who's behind Morgan. 2-1. Three balls and a strike. Johnson reaches down. He gets some dirt rather than using the rosin bag. He's got to find the plate here. Doty must be selective. He is swinging. That ball is out of play.
Interesting decision. You know, when you 3-ball, 1-strike count, you're down 3. Even if he homers, it doesn't get you all the way back. They turned him loose nonetheless.
Doty thought that was a pitch he could handle. You'll be happy that he fouled it off out of play. And now the 3-2 pitch. It's very unlikely that Cruz will be moving. He is not. Cold third strike as it rips the outside part of the plate.
Well, is it a strike? Is it a ball? There you see the catcher outside corner. And whenever you see that catcher, again, we talk about it, reach across to his right and then yank it back into the zone. You can be the judge. Too close to take, I guess.
My theory is always if the catcher frames it, that's automatically telling the umpire that it's not in the strike zone. And it's not. You're not going to frame a pitch that's in the strike zone.
Or the easiest is if you see that catcher extend his arm across his body when he's already set up on the outside corner. There's all these little cues and things that the umpires can be looking at to assist them in watching the ball cross and make a decision. It all happens instantaneously.
Here's Trey Morgan. He's 1 for 4. It was a home run into the right field bleachers in the 4th inning. The Tigers are down to their last out. They need at least one base runner additionally to bring the tying run to the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ole Miss leading by 3, 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. LSU with 3 home runs today, but it's not enough to this point. That's a base hit. It falls on the grass to the left side. Dylan Cruz will stop at third. And now the tying run comes to the plate as Trey Morgan extends the game. It's Tyler McManus who already is homered.
Boy, Trey Morgan is such a good hitter. This is 94 on the hands, and he's able to pull his hands in and hit it on the barrel the other way. They went wave fastball away off the plate like that. They set up off the plate, showed off the plate, then tried to go inside on him, and he said, And now you've got the guy you want at the plate if you're LSU. Tyler McManus has been red hot. He's got the homer stroke going, and now you've got yourself a chance.
That home run in the 8th inning was his 8th of the season. And they've all happened in a very compressed period of time for McManus. Bianco will go out and have a word with Johnson. There is a right-hander throwing. I'm sure they will stay with Johnson here for at least one more batter. But Bianco will go back over the game plan against McManus for the Rebels. What a way this would be for McManus to close out his senior season if he can do something here against the Rebels.
Interesting situation here for Mike Bianco. His son Drew is on deck. There's a giant drop-off between Tyler McManus and Drew Bianco. The statistics show it. McManus has been on fire the last few weeks of the season. He just already homered today. And Drew Bianco, his batting average is 120. So do you pitch around him? Here you see the homer. Bell-tie fastball, no doubter. Watched it go up on the back row of the bleachers, and he's been doing that. 6th homer in the last about 2.5 weeks.
A sweeping breaking ball dives out of the zone.
I don't think he's going to get anything good to hit.
But how about the irony with Drew Bianco in the on-deck circle? That's heat, and it's there.
He went inside on him, gave him something. That was a 1-0 fastball in that caught the inside corner. McManus was a little surprised by the location.
Runners at first and third. Again, a similar pitch. And now
you saw the highlight on the homer he hit earlier. It was away, away, away. He wants to extend his arms. Ole Miss knows that. They're not going to try to let him get comfortable, and they pounded him in on the 2 fastballs.
Advantage to the pitcher, Brandon Johnson, with a count of 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. The game is over. Brandon Johnson records the save, and the Ole Miss Rebels have that sweep, the first in their history against LSU in Baton Rouge. And the Rebels right now can claim to be, rightfully so, one of the best teams in the SEC over the last 11 games. They've won 9 of their last 11, and they are moving up in the standings.
Yeah, I mean, 13 wins in SEC play. They've got 3 games left, and you know, the strength of their schedule, I would think Ole Miss punched their ticket to the NCAA tournament. I know that's not a sure thing, but the way they're playing right now, I can't imagine them not going to the NCAA tournament. And how about Johnson slamming the door, 3 heaters in a row, all in the same spot on the inside corner black.
Both teams had 3 home runs today, but the Ole Miss Rebels closed the deal with a victory for the 3rd game in a row in Baton Rouge against LSU. So that wraps it up on a sultry Sunday in Louisiana's capital. The final score, Ole Miss 8, LSU 5. For Ronnie Rance, I'm Lynn Rollins. We'll see you Tuesday with more LSU baseball on the SEC ESPN Network. This has been a presentation of ESPN.